Most of the inhabitants of the planet are well aware of such names as Cosa Nostra, Camorra, or 'Ndrangheta. These are the most influential mafia clans in Italy. There are many legends about these criminal organizations, although their real activities are terrible without any fiction or embellishment. Organized crime in Italy. The Italian mafia is considered the ancestor of international organized crime. The very word mafia appeared in the 13th century. This is an abbreviation of the motto of the anti-French uprising that took place in Italy in 1282. It read, Mort alla Francia, Italia onela, or by the first letters of the phrase mafia. Literally translated, it means death to France. Take a breath, Italy. In modern times, the term mafia refers to criminal groups engaged in illegal and criminal business. Such criminal communities are especially strong in Italy and the southern regions. Sicily and Palermo are considered to be the cradle of the Italian mafia. Currently, 5 mafia clans have the greatest power in the country. 3 of them began their criminal history in the Middle Ages. The other 2 clans have been operating in the country since the 20th century. The main income of mafia clans comes from trading in everything prohibited. They control the gambling business and supply counterfeit goods mainly from North Africa to the EU countries. All Italian clans have their own people in politics, courts, intelligence agencies and the police, so it is extremely difficult to fight them. This is where the expression "the mafia is invincible" came from. In the 19th century, a hierarchical system was formed in the Italian mafia, which has survived to this day. It consists of approximately 7 steps, although in different clans there may be more or less such steps. On the lowest of them are the young men of honor. They are friends of crime families or their supporters. These are usually people who do not have Italian roots. Members of mafia clans use them as intermediaries in their criminal dealings. Among them are corrupt officials, union members, and businessmen. People who do not have Italian roots have practically no chance of climbing up the hierarchical ladder above the young men of honor. The next step in the hierarchy is the little man, so-called candidates for joining the mafia clan. When there is a vacancy, usually one of the members of an organized group brings, on his recommendation, a person whose candidacy must be approved by the Don. Once accepted into the clan, former candidates become soldiers or people of honor. They are assigned to the team of those members of the group who vouched for them. Brigades, having a strength of 5 to 20 people, are led by the captains of the men of honor or capos, as they are called in another way, and this is the next, 4th step. Each capo supervises, together with his brigade, some kind of criminal activity in a certain area of the city, determined by the clan. Monthly, from the criminal proceeds received, the capos send a certain share to the Don. Combining 6-9 brigades forms a family. It is led by Sato. 5th step. In the hierarchy, they are assistants to the boss. In the event of the death of a Sato, he is replaced by one of the capos belonging to the family. Hierarchical step number 6 between Sato and Don is occupied by counselors. Dons listen to their opinion. They participate in serious negotiations, but they do not have people under their control. The unification of families is headed by Dons and is the highest level in the mafia hierarchy. This is usually an elected position. Dons are elected capos by voting. This election order was introduced in the Italian mafia after 1950. Before this period, the Don was elected by all family members. The most respected Don is called in Italy the boss of bosses. He occupies the highest rung of the mafia hierarchy. Dons never take a personal part in the commission of any crimes. Soldiers and capos do all the dirty work, so it is very difficult to bring the heads of families to justice. In modern mafia clans, there are more and more cases when women take the place of the Don. This phenomenon is especially common in the Neapolitan Camorra. In this mafia clan, there are several cases where the wives of Dons took their place after they were under arrest. Many films about the Italian mafia show that the mafia bosses oppose the trade in illegal substances and are mainly involved in smuggling and union racketeering. This is one of the myths that is not true. Trade in illegal goods is the main source of income for the Italian mafia. Vito Genovese was the first of the bosses for the distribution of prohibited substances to jail. It happened in 1959. In the 70s, the Italian mafiosi came up with a scheme to trade through chains of restaurants and pizzerias. Currently, members of Italian criminal gangs are not themselves involved in the street trade of illegal substances. They shifted this activity onto the shoulders of African Americans and Albanians. The second common myth about the Italian mafia is that it controls all U.S. unions and uses their money for its own interests. This statement is only partly true. Under the control of the Italian mafia are only the unions of New York, Buffalo, Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, and Philadelphia. Their influence on the Brooklyn dockers is strong. They get their income in America and from many construction projects in Jersey and New York. The shadow turnover of mafia clans in Italy is about 8% of the country's budget. Approximately 70% of businessmen still pay tribute to the Dons, and tens of thousands of Italians are their supporters.